Chris was part of a clinic through Freighter Hospital, where he was part of a research project called PINT with, and he was diagnosed at that point, at 4 years old, as having a self-regulatory disorder. A lot of, he had the psychiatrists take care of him and continue to be in counseling. And as he got older, we had more worries about his behavior and about the fact that he wasn't making developmental progress that were just really serious. And the way that it was, that his doctors responded was by giving him medicine. He had a lot of medication, and as he got older, when he was still having some episodes of different kinds of worrisome behaviors, they increased the medicine.
What was the working diagnosis for Chris?
For Chris, developmental disorders. Okay. And as he got older, the autism, that he was on the autism spectrum. He has, through some testing, slight cognitive disorders, just it's not real.
But we did also figure, I mean, when he started getting medication, when he was much younger, it did help at the time. I mean, it really stabilized the situation. Things never went away, but it stabilized the situation, made things much more manageable, and felt for a long time it helped Chris.
Yeah. And he really liked his counselor. You know, he had good counselors, and that helped him too.
He's gotten older, and as he's more mature, bigger, you know, he's grown up. There was a point where it seemed like maybe the medications weren't helping as much.
No.
And I think we were concerned about just increasing the medications as being the only option. I mean, we didn't want to go down the road of giving more medications. We even tried once about a year and a half. Was it last summer or the previous summer where we did try stopping one of the medications, reducing it, and then the situation just got worse and we went back to the medication. Yeah. But that was a situation where it was just an isolated stopping the medication without doing anything else around that.
Yeah. That is correct.
Yeah, and you know, at one point, and it was after this, that Chris was really unhappy, and hearing the voices, and you know, his illness kind of flared up, and he said that he needed to go to the hospital. He had been to the hospital twice before then, but this time he wanted to go to the hospital. I recommended that we connect with Matt, who is his counselor now. And when we went the first time...
Matt Willis-Harris?
Yes. When we went to see Matt, he then said he knew you and knew that you did some very good things with young people and recommended we come and see you. And we like him a lot. And, you know, okay, well, if Matt says we should go see her, we should go see her. And I have to say that this is a very different therapy and a very different kind of process we've been going through. But I don't know, I've been really pleased with it. I've been very happy that he's already reduced or taken off a couple of his medicines. And
without his symptoms coming back.
Without his symptoms coming back. What is, let's see, just that the supplements have helped him with his digestion, for sure. That's a big one. I don't know. Tell us how you're feeling, Chris, since you went before and after with Dr. Tummala.
Before, I was not so happy. Now I'm getting better.
And how do you know you're getting better?
My inflammation is going down. My illness is not as intense as it used to be.
Okay, not as intense. Yeah.
That's great. And I just have to say, I mean, I did not want to go down the route of more medicine, and I was looking for something that was maybe a little more holistic, that looked at I have to be honest, I was somewhat skeptical when we first met about talking about the connection between the gut and the brain and leaky gut and some of this, but I really appreciate kind of the more holistic approach, not just looking at the medicine, but also with Matt, the kind of the therapy and the counseling, works with him to think of alternative ways to deal with his tensions or his some of his anxieties, looking at emphasis on exercise, on eating more wholesome food, on taking supplements, reducing the medications. I not sure, and I don't expect Chris will ever be able to be completely off of medications, but the fact that we've gotten off 2 of the 4, and that with these other supplements seem to be helping him. I mean, some of the situations, such as needing redirection and that sort of thing, haven't gotten any worse. They haven't necessarily gotten much better, but the fact that we've been able to eliminate two of the medications and things have remained stable and in a number of areas have improved, I think we're very satisfied with.
And Chris has lost about 25 pounds since we started seeing you, which is really an amazing thing. You know, his whole
yes.
physiology, I think, has been affected by the good stuff he's been doing.
The other thing I just want to say, I mean, there were a number of years ago when I calculated that, you know, over the course of a year that his medications probably came to a total of like $18,000.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
And that was before we got some of the, at least 1 or 2 of them, I got generic versions, but luckily we had good insurance that covered that. We were still paying $3,000-4,000 out of pocket, and so just reducing. I'd rather pay the money for natural supplements and vitamins than some of these